right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. This is an impromptu, unintentional video on a fake Apple Watch Ultra. And I'm just going to jump right into it. I was rushing one day on Marketplace, ran by somewhere before work and paid a couple $100s for a fake watch. And so now you get to see a video about it and kind of learn about these. I don't even know who makes this particular model. So I'm going to go over 3 things about this watch, and then I'm just going to leave it at that. Number 1 is that the watch is passable at a glance. Number 2, it's cheap. Number 3, it's a semi-functional watch. So starting with number 1, this is passable. So I've had an Apple Watch Ultra 1 and 2 a couple times, and you know, I got rid of them, and then I got the itch, and I was like, let me get another one, and I rushed and I landed on this one, which was horrible. But this packaging is passable at a glance. Like, if you're familiar with the packaging, at a closer look, you can just tell this ain't it. But this is the top box. You know, there's so many variations, fake variations of the Apple Watch Ultra. They may vary a little bit, but I think they'll all have somewhat consistent fakery going on. This says Ultra 2 titanium case, 49mm. So I didn't unbox it this way, but anyway, this is where the watch would have been. This is where a little manual thing would be. So that's passable. That's decently acceptable. Look, they tried. You know, you even have some writing here. Anyway, fake. This is another piece. It says trail loop, but it didn't come with a trail loop. It came with the standard orange band. We'll get into that in a second. Now, there's really nothing much to this. There's nothing in here because obviously I have the band off. So, but look, it says carbon neutral and it says trail loop, bounce trail, whatever. You have this packaging in here, and you know, they tried. This is, you know, a nice looking graphic here. What can I say? To add insult to injury, this is what you get. This button is not even functional on this watch. You know, take this stuff with a grain of salt. I don't even know if that microphone works. We'll get into that in a second. And then here's the other packaging. So at a glance, it does look like Apple Watch Ultra packaging, but if you're familiar with it, you know it's not. Here's a charger it comes with. You can tell out the gate it's too light to be a charger. So if you're familiar with the Ultra, it doesn't have like the slimmer metallic charger. It comes with this more plasticky one, but this is a fake, has USB-C. It works. Fun fact, this thing takes a little while to charge. I definitely know it takes over an hour to charge, but it lasts for a very, very long time. It is passable. So if you're just wearing a watch, you know, and somebody looks at it at a glance, they're not going to be able to tell. If it does pop on like that, it does have kind of a wrist flip screen turn on thing. So this is an LCD screen, you know, that the actual Apple Watch Ultras have an OLED. This band looks, you know, super similar to the actual band, but the quality is not there. So this is not a replacement for an Apple Watch Ultra. So like if you were going somewhere where you didn't want to like take something that expensive and you want something to pass, or you were hooping and you don't want something that you don't want to tear up your watch, or you're doing some outdoor thing, this is maybe a good option to get. If you're familiar with the Apple Watch Ultra, or you look at one side by side, you can tell they made a good effort. The button has the orange ring around it. Everything looks the part. It's just the functionality and the quality is not there. All right, so number 2 is it's cheap. So in my case, it's not cheap. Definitely make sure you're doing your research. And if you're buying a watch this expensive from somebody, do all the things. Go ahead and sync it to your phone and make sure everything's set up. If somebody's selling you this for $300, $400, $500, especially like an Ultra 2, it's usually $500 or more. They're going to have to take the time, the 15, maybe 20 minutes for you to set everything up. Like I said, this is not a bad fake. I would not pay more than $50 for this watch, maybe $57 with shipping. If you buy it the right way, for $50 or less, it is a pretty good deal to me just because it's a good looking digital watch. It actually tells time. So I don't don't use this watch face. I haven't used this watch extensively, but I'll kind of show you what it looks like. So for a digital watch, and this is all under the vein of it being cheap, it is passable. So the screen does look nice for an LCD screen. It's super bright. You can see it at night. I can tell that it's 12:03. You know, when you're using the watch, here's the kind of the interface. Now, not all of these widgets are functional, but, you know, it is a good looking digital watch because it's based off of a pretty dope Apple style. And like, I don't have a screen protector on this screen. I haven't worn this extensively, but you know, it doesn't scratch super easily. I don't really know what they're going for because eBay doesn't allow fakes. I've seen a couple slide through on Marketplace. One guy was trying to sell one for $300. He said it was a fake in the ad. I don't know how he thought he was going to get $300 for it, and I'm just holding on to it because you can't get anything for it, and it's just a reminder not to rush when buying expensive electronics or just in life in general, whether that be a partner, you know, a new job, whatever. So it's a good life lesson for me, and this watch is a reminder when I wear it. You've probably seen one of my videos where I was wearing it. Yes, I do wear it. It was unintentional, but again, it's a reminder. Don't do that dumb thing you did before. So cheap. Okay, that is out of the way. The third part, this is not going to be a long video, is this is a functional digital watch. I'm not going to call it a smartwatch. So there's three things that I think work decently well on this watch. Number one is it tells time. So, you know, when I glance at my wrist every time, I can tell the time. And this watch takes a while to charge. I think it takes between 2 and 3 hours to charge fully because this puck probably charges at like 0.5 watts. No, I have not tried a real charger on this phone or on this watch, so that may increase this charging speed. But I mean, I've just left this thing in a dresser drawer and it's lasted over a week just in standby. So it probably has a decent battery and it doesn't have all the sensors that, you know, it claims to have. Those are two things. It tells time well, the battery lasts a long time because you're not interacting with it like a Apple Watch Ultra. I know that's a huge part of the reason. It claims to have a blood oxygen sensor. It claims to have a heart rate monitor. It claims to be able to do fitness tracking. I have not tried fitness tracking, blood oxygen, or anything like that. But I will say, I think it has a decent heart rate monitor. Like, it gives you a fairly accurate reading that I've seen with other watches that I have. So I think that's cool. You know, for a sub $50 watch, that's pretty cool. The display is large, like an Apple Watch Ultra, even if it is an LCD display. And the last, you know, feature that I say is decently well is that, like, it does show you text messages. So this is the notification that you have a text message, and then when you click here, it shows you the text message. So you can actually read that. This is what it looks like when you look at the full version. You can see kind of when the message came in and who sent it. So that is a neat feature. Like, when you have a watch, I like that. Like I said earlier, this button is not functional. It doesn't do anything. And this one actually activates the sport modes. And I've never used like any of these, but you know, supposedly it does work. I don't know. I'll put it on. I may have to try it one day, but I'm so frustrated that I got swindled that I've never really used it in that capacity. You know, it starts. It should be getting my, yeah. So like my BPMs, I think that's fairly accurate. I've been up moving around, and anyway, you can see in the back, it does appear to have a sensor. So just based on those couple things alone, I think it's worth, you know, buying if you want kind of a knockoff. You just want the novelty and the look of a Apple Watch Ultra. Like I said, the battery does last fairly long. There is an application that you can use. I don't have it on my current phone, but you can go to, let's see, the settings here. That's one cool thing about it. You can see app info QR code, and you can actually scan that QR code and get the app for your phone. You can change the brightness on it. I honestly don't know if it has NFC and some of these features. Some of them you can use on the app. I'll actually show you what the app looks like. So that'll be number 4, dynamic island. That's just an island at the top of the watch. I really haven't gone through this menu a ton. Bedside clock. I don't even know if that's a thing. Let's see. I think you have to be charging it. I don't know if that's even a thing. I'll have to report back on that. Just ask questions in the comments and I'll let you know. All right, folks. So let's go ahead and use my old iPhone to download the app. So we're gonna see watch health here. Okay. So we're gonna say for iOS. All right, so when you click for iOS, it does take you to the App Store. So it's not like super sketch. Obviously, I've had this downloaded before. I'll show you what it looks like. Loads pretty quickly. This is an SE 2022, so it's not a slow phone. Allow Bluetooth, allow while using, enter now. Yeah, we'll just do that. 10,000 steps, sounds good. And then let's see. So click add device. So it's searching. And it's so insulting that it says Apple Watch Ultra pairing. Look at this, like allow. Yeah, you can do call notifications, SMS. So that's another thing, you know, you can see. You can customize the watch face. Let's see. Confirm. So, you know, again, for $40 or $50, like it's not bad. Especially if it does. It says it has a temperature sensor. Yeah, I don't know if it does, but you know, we'll try that out in a second. But it says it has a lot of things. Time format, find device. I don't even know if that works. Wow. So that's a fairly good sound. And this LCD is actually not bad looking. I'm not saying I'm still pissed that I got this watch, but automatic heart rate detection. So that was off. So that's probably a reason why the battery lasted a long time. I wonder if I can make calls on this thing. I doubt it, but we're going to try. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, I can confirm you can dial numbers using a dial pad on the device. And if you click a missed call, it'll actually prompt the phone to dial. And I think you can use the watch as a speakerphone. Again, I didn't want to get too much into that, but I dialed the number of a place I knew just to test it out, and it worked okay. So a couple other things. There is a watch face market here. And we're just going to see how that works. So it takes a while to sync. While that's syncing, I will say this. I was messing with the camera app. One time I did get this thing to work to where I could actually click the button and it would take a picture with the camera on my phone. And then one time it almost looked like it was doing the viewfinder thing, but the latency was not very good. You know, it kind of shows where I'm at. I haven't tried to use turn by turn. It does tell the weather pretty accurately, even though it's in Celsius. This is a great find if it's under $50. And if you have any doubts when you're buying an Apple Watch Ultra, just run away, ghost the person, turn your car around. Don't do it. You do not want to get stuck like I did. But if you buy it intentionally, it's a pretty decent device. So there you have it.